A sailor went to sea. What has been swallowed can be spat back out. What has left can return. Everything changes. Nothing changes. I'm telling ya, everything's weird about that on Mayor No Tail. She eats food and gets eggshell in her mouth. She takes her turn of crossing a bridge, and the rope somehow snaps. She builds a house, and a waterfall floods it. She goes fishing, and gets caught by a big fin. Oh, I remember Enam saying something about, what was it? Born under an unhunky star? Born under an unlucky star. Don't forget to give Aunt Mary your thanks here too. It was the way you practically party on the job. Who knows how long building these houses would have taken without her. What's going on? How did the door explode? It's fine, I can fix it up as soon as possible. I was just blow drying the glue on the hinges, and it probably futzed the hairdryer. Glue? That's my wine pot. My old Noshi gave it to me. You've moved everything over, right? Everything's here now. We've spent all morning shifting it. I'm gonna take myself a good long bath tonight. All morning? This is freight of some kind. Coffee? Yes, it's Siestan coffee. We've opened up a trade route with Siestan merchants, and these are the first goods they sent. Let me take a look. I think I can see the instructions on these bags. Roast the flower seeds and coffee beans together. Siestans adjust the bitterness of the coffee that way. My grandpa made coffee like that too when I was young. I believe he was Siestan, Miss Anmare. Yeah, but we moved to Columbia so long ago. Once I finish work this month, I'll have enough saved to catch a ride back to Siesta. Huh? I would have let the Siesta's merchants take you back if I knew. They just left over an hour ago. What? Observation Diary. Mount Una, Northern Lithanian, September 3rd, 1095. Goal of observation. Obtain first-hand survey data for eruption of Mount Una. Calculate numerical originum particulate concentration gradient decrease in surrounding environment at time of eruption. Establish a theoretical model. Estimated observation time, 5 hours. Observation team, Karia, Magna, Keller. In an old notebook is sandwiched a photograph. 3 people lined up in mountaineering gear. 3 faces smiling, reddened by the alpine wind. Professor Keller was there in the team lineup too. So she was meant to be a member by all rights on that investigation. But the day before they ascended, Keller suddenly left the team and went back to William University. She withdrew just like that? Was there some reason for it? It's a mystery. No observation diaries don't make a single mention of it. All we know is right after that accident, Keller showed up at a meeting between William University and the Lithanian government. Mr. Dolly, were you there then? You still won't pay attention to me until I find what you're looking for? You know, Mr. Dolly, have you heard of volcano watchers? They're a kind of flower that changes color based on a volcano's activity. Is it the seeds of those flowers you're looking for? Or obsidian maybe, with how they're buried in the soil? The black crystals look a lot like seeds too, don't they? Adele mumbles to herself, garnering no response. And the tremendous volcanic rock specimen before her is as taciturn as ever. Am I just overthinking this? Mr. Dolly, I'll only be able to find what you're looking for that quickly if you give me more of a hint. Adele? Are you searching for something? No, Professor Keller. Keller watches Adele close the notebook and put it away in the storage box. Adele hangs her head, picks up the other files around her, and buries her parents' notes beneath them. Adele, if anything is gnawing at you, you can come straight to me. Adele is silent for a spell. Nothing I can think of, Professor Keller. I'm here to catch you up on some matters. According to data sent back from the Ford sensor station and analysis on the obsidian sample, we've concluded that the Mount Siesta's eruption may well come a few days soon. Readings from the mountain have always been unusual. Active energy from its internal originum veins peaked 2 years prior in the summer, then rapidly fell after, before once more slowly rising. We don't have much time left to prepare. We'll need to act fast. Oh, the volcano is erupting sooner? How lucky can we be? Mr. Dolly, please don't jump out of nowhere. Adele, are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. Adele, I know with the ample experience you already boast as a scholar, pre-observation prep work amounts to little more than busy work for you. But please maintain your focus, okay? I'm sorry, Professor Keller. So your professor caught you playing hooky. Oh, yes. Have you bumped into any peculiar tourists at the museum lately? Did something happen? A whistling rock specimen in the hands-on area went missing. A whistling rock? One that sounded musical when blown through? It looks like we'll want to report to City Hall's people to increase security at the museum too. I'll keep a lookout myself. Maybe it's something about the weather. There's been a lot of strange things happening lately, and the authorities say cases of people losing their own possessions have been unusually high. I was listening to the news this morning, and someone apparently took out their grudge on the depot at the unfinished plate too. They made a complete mess of it over there. Manager, we've run up the damaged goods. Nothing really unaccounted for. Mainly notable damage to the outer box packaging. Aside from some foodstuffs, we haven't lost too much at all. Good. Noted. I'm sorry to have this sort of thing happen in Siesta. It was caused by the carelessness of our own work. I can only ask this won't impact your thoughts on collaborating with us. Of course, if you do decide to suspend partnership, I'll report the full reality to Mayor Herman. Though in that event, I'll imagine it'll be tough on him to lose a business partner. And tough on me to lose my job. Assigning blame is secondary. I first need to ensure nothing like this will happen again. It looks like people really aren't welcoming Mountain Dash's plans for a new plate. I'm glad that I can still be wholly face to face with you to coordinate business. Excuse me? Given that the residents here accept redevelopment isn't meant to be part of your work at all, Mountain Dash Logistics' future collaborations with Siesta can't stand independent of their support. I don't want the people to deem the redevelopment a form of unilateral imposition. That you're concerned at all is really gratifying. Things being what they are, I'd appreciate City Hall keeping an eye on security work around the warehouse. Fingers crossed no accidents like this will happen again. Alright, I'll pass on your comments, and I'll make sure they lead to some action. For my job, my rent, and my worried fiance's sake. I thank you, Mr. Bison. If you have no other arrangements here, I'll be continuing my efforts to talk to the commercial district into signing the relocation LOI. Miss Swire, I'm deeply sorry I couldn't show you the proper hospitality when you paid a visit earlier. How has your impression of New Siesta been over your tour these past few days? Very clean, very eye candy, but missing a little sense of amusement, possibly even stiff. To be honest, I more prefer how it used to be. Very coincidentally, my daughter said much the same thing. But Siesta's been forced to leave its golden shoreline, which means it's only a matter of time before tourism fails as our economic backbone. Oh, pity. I was quite fond of that old Siesta fashion street and all. You're very much confident about partnering with Mountain Dash Logistics, I take it? I have just as much hope in the differing solution you provide, Miss Swire. On that note, your family's group maintains its clarion reputation. It was a surprise, though, that their candidate for investment executive was you. I also just happened to learn that you've apparently registered a new business here in Siesta, operating in the construction, cultural, and recreational fields. It appears your trust isn't quite in me, Mr. Mayor. You think I don't hold enough clout in the conglomerate yet? Of course not. The future is always in your hands as the young ones. Just the dealings we had with the corporation from Victoria happened to pop in my head. That was 30 plus years ago by now. Freeing itself from the swollen ambitions of Victoria wasn't a casual affair for the Siesta of then. Anyone even remotely familiar with Siestan history would understand that. And the sheer capacity you demonstrated in the dispute, Mayor Herman, still has politicians abuzz today. For my part, you don't need to be too anxious. I'm not here in any convoluted capacity. Besides, all I've brought are sincere partnership and more business opportunities. You, Miss Swire, intend to contest Mountain Dash Logistics for rights to develop the newly constructed plate. I, of course, am willing to see friendly competition from both sides, and Siesta is always welcoming of partnerships in good faith. I very much look forward to the proposals you submit at bidding, and wish you pleasant journeys for the rest of your time in Siesta. After you're back in Lungmen, please send your grandfather my regards. I'm not signing this thing. We've already moved once before and you're still putting us through this rigmarole. How do you expect us to make a living once you shut our place down anyway? If the mayor can't give us a clear explanation, we're not even thinking about relocating. Or are you going to force us? Costa, you wormed your way into City Hall. Those bigwigs don't even live in the same universe at all as us. And now all you can do is jump when they say jump. You can't figure something out with us. Even if you're not here to take over your grandpa's coffee shop, we still need this street to make a living. We've been racking our brains looking for a way to spark business here again. Help us think of something. Okay? Oh, if it isn't Mr. City Hall himself. Here to kick us off our street again? Forget the moment you wore that fancy uniform, just where you came from. I'm ashamed for your grandfather. I hate my job. Excuse me, is my ice cream ready? Coming right up. Sorry for the wait. Here's your quadruple scoop. By the way, that man who got his head chewed off, who's he? Never mind him. Just an ill omen trying to tear our homes down. Got what I asked for? Yes, ma'am. Did anyone notice you coming here? Officer, I'm sorry to report. Loot and Live saw me. What? Alright, is that out of our systems? You can hand me the stuff now. Did you get down with insiders like this as a cop too? It's kind of cool. This bag has general information on every shop in the commercial district. How many live at each, roughly how their business is doing, the personalities of the owners you asked about. I've noted you down a little of all of that. In this bag is a series of Mountain Dash's recent maneuvers. Something about some kind of purchase of Siestan specialties. They say they're selling them off to Victoria and Columbia. Pretty decent quantities too. Well, good going. How did you even get your hands on these Mountain Dash files? Totally simple. Just had to apply to be a freight trucker with them. Well, signs say that Bison kid's trying to buy out the people's will this way. Yes, that does seem his style. Suppose he manages to build a new distribution center here. Would the populace here want to switch jobs? Enos, give me a Curacao. You got it. What's got you moody? I can tell, actually. You're sick of it too, no? Hanging the sign back up and all. You guys doing a little protesting that way? All this crap is a killer. The love fellas next door were all over each other at first. Now they're arguing day by day about the rehousing. Here's a drink. One Curacao. There's negative interest in moving on this street. For the most part, yeah. Moving means planning a whole new life from scratch. We only just moved abroad to nomadic city, even. And a lot of us are still getting used to it. Even tourists are a rarity now, after all. Business is hard enough as is, and plenty end up unemployed. Move again, and life gets even harder. Enos shakes his head and gives up on the subject. Enos, if I wanted to run a place like yours, how much would upkeep be on average? Per month, about 500 gold certificates? Just under that? That little? I can buy a lot of stuff secondhand elsewhere, or just make it myself. Plus, with how we usually conserve on utility bills, it adds up to a lot less than you think. Sometimes it really makes me wonder, have rich people like you just gone your whole lives without much worry? Does a person just need enough money and everything in life shakes out how they want? Money's a hassle killer, but not an issue solver. If we have to move, there's no other choice then what are you thinking? Once you get contracted for this plate, what are you going to build here? I'd rather ask you first if a rebuild is guaranteed. Then what would you want this high street to become? Strictly in fantasy terms? A giant water park. We'd build the land's biggest water park. Second to none. Maybe it might even draw in some tourists. That way, we wouldn't need to let this bar go either. Probably. Plus, my little brother and sister have been hounding us forever about going to a water park. Ooh, good idea. Is that all it takes? You make me feel like you're not even here to compete for real versus the Mountain Dash boy. Plenty who vied with me thought the same thing. And they all rolled over and lost. That's some kind of power. Enos, help me paint this shop sign here. The trade fair is right around the corner, and we need our storefront looking as best I can. Coming. You know, we still have paint left over from last time. I bought a couple of string lights for cheap a few days ago. Want me to go put those up in a bit? Sure. And if there's any paint left after that, give the tables and chairs a picture frames, a new coat too. Loot and Liv were saying they learned how to draw from someone, right? Can you tag them in too? Sure. Will do now. Hey, Enos. Paint the sign in orange. I have eyes you can trust. This will draw in more customers than before. Guaranteed. Costa forgets how he even got here. At some point since moving to New Siesta, This atypically architected building cropped up on his route home from work. Buried somewhere in him is the impression he'd handled its paperwork. The Volcano Museum? Why would people go to all the effort to put a museum for this on this luxurious plate? What's this study about volcanoes? Stop it! No, I want to see the big rock. I want to see the lava. Why are you so desperate to see this stuff is total mystery. Volcanoes are really cool. Cool. A phrase floats to Costa's mind. You can see such beautiful things from the tops of volcanoes. He vaguely remembers someone telling him. Can you name all the volcanoes? I can. Why would I ever need to know? Okay, I'll tell you. This one's Mount Tambora, and this was Mount Katla, and this one's Mount Merapi, and this was Mount Yasur. Ah! You were behind me and you came up and said the thing, and you scared me. Sorry for that. How did I know that? I don't remember anymore. I knew Mount Yasur. I knew that. It's the prettiest volcano in the land, and on top of it, you can see flowing lava everywhere, and they're like gentle little streams. I got that all from a book. I remember it really well. But I can't find any signs that explain stuff here. I need to show you how I got everything right. You did. You're right. Are we done? It's not even a placard in sight here. We're going. Apologies for inconveniencing you on your trip. This exhibition area isn't fully arranged yet, but explanatory text will be laid out on these. No, Mr. Volcano Man, I'm not done yet. You gotta keep listening. Costa is tugged by the hem of his jacket. Somewhat helplessly stopped in place. He tries to explain that he really needs to go. He turns his head, and reflected in the glass display shelves, he sees an unexpected face. You? Costa? You're back? There's something going on there. And I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. It's my life. My bad. I didn't realize there were customers in. That's weird, though. How come someone's sitting in a cafe reading quietly while the Obsidian Festival's on? You mind if I practice guitar here? No, Grandpa will rag on me for bothering customers again. Maybe I'll just bide my time so I can get a new guitar sooner. What's that you're reading? A book about volcanoes? This is pretty cool. Can you lend me it? Will we be here again? Tomorrow? Ooh, looks like you're all done sorting. Nice job. Mr. Dolly, shouldn't you keep an eye out or two on your clones? Do you know how much trouble they'll make for everyone, letting them run amok like this? The fluffy creature stands by a container, its head stooped very low, seemingly conveying some apology to the person in front of it. I told you, not all of them are me. I did bring them here, true, but I'm only indirectly to blame here, right? So, sorry? Just saying sorry isn't going to fix this. If their merchandise gets damaged, what are the shopkeepers going to do? Your clones are being nuisances. Can't you do anything to stop them? I do actually have something. Under normal circumstances, I could choose to cry. Cry? Like this. I face into whatever to see, the wasteland, and lift two hooves like this, and then I yell, "Hey! Where are you guys? Come here quick!" Like that. Adele, you're gonna have to help me for that. I've cried too many times, so sometimes they act like they haven't heard me. So, we just have to call them over? We need something to learn them too, like ice cream here, or we got balloons and skateboards and stuff. But remember, don't call them little black sheep or lambs. They won't even know you mean them. Dolly looks expectantly up at Adele. Hey, ice cream here. Hey, we have balloons and skateboards. Come here quick. What? Ice cream? Is it free? Miss, is it true? I want strawberry. Is this some kind of event? Are you giving up balloons? She messed up. He baited her so hard. Huh? No, Adele turns and looks, looking to point out the deed doer. Dolly's jumped onto the neighboring containers, running circles around them like a deflated balloon. But the pedestrians just don't see it. Uh-oh, something's happened. You're gonna have to go get that ice cream with them to fix this, and probably buy balloons too, and ramble the streets. Soak up the siesta sun. Tough one, huh? What a big coincidence that I know a really good ice cream shop. How about I lead the way? Mr. Dolly. So this is how you corral visitors into your volcano museum? Buying ice cream for strangers? I think I like this. Theory, how about we spend the afternoon exploring the museum? Perfect. Then after that, we'll go for barbecue. Let's go. Thank you very much. Adele sees the group off and looks around, trying to find any trace of Dolly. In the stream of pedestrians, Dolly has all but vanished already. All that's there is a lone little black sheep, staring pointedly at a wallet, turning into bills in a wandering tourist's hands. What's it about to do? Right as the tourist and shopkeep are haggling, it leaps forth, and in one chop, makes off with the tourist's wallet. Huh? Where'd my wallet go? Someone stole my wallet! Huh? What kind is it? Dark or light? Just now? But I didn't see anyone, did you? Oh no, Mr. Dolly's not here either. Have to catch it quick. The little black sheep holding the wallet notices Adele, opens its mouth, and the wallet falls out. Then with a kick of its hoof, it goes sailing through the air, and falls back straight into its wool. Delighted trots. Then it seems the wallet hits something with a bang, and a pebble full of holes shoots out from the little black sheep's coat. That's the whistling rock. The black sheep looks back, and before the rock lands, it kicks it again with its hoof to send it flying straight back in. And after all that, it sticks its tongue out at Adele with an impish expression and turns to gallop down Fashion Street. Hey, wait up! Give everyone their stuff back. Aired $3 gold certs are rare collectibles here. They'll fetch a big price at the trade fair. Miss, you sure you won't think about it? I've got a price I can give you. The dealer gestures out a number. Really? Could you take a look at this then? This is old Higurashi issue. I'll take it for this much. And this? A Gaulish copper liver? I'll take it too. Miss, what else have you got? Bring it all out. Miss, how much did you bring? Last one, I swear, the very last one. I'll take one more, and then I'm going home. Then take a look at this. After this, I can afford a whole new device. It's our own Sargonian mint. Let's see what we've got. Gavial? Yep. Is that valuable? Valuable? No, this is the end of the talk. I don't do any business with entails. You take all of this back. I'm leaving. The dealer grabs a handful of loose coinage and furiously shoves it into Snowsant's hands, attempting to leave. Suddenly, something speeds by, knocking the coins right out of his grip. Money rains gold and glittering to the high street pavement. Before Snowsant can yelp in surprise, a pink shadow follows right after, running into the distance. Ayafiala? Sorry, Snowsant, what the hell? Wait, My coins! I'm missing 2! Don't look at me! Clink! The fluffy creature stashes the gleaming 2 roundlets into its own wool. Mr. Eastman, I'm here to pick up my photocopies. Right. All these flyers of yours. You really put your back in printing this much to advertise your bar. $2.98, $2.99. That's exactly right. Here's the fee. I'm not taking money off you for this. I just say, next time I drop in at the White Volcano, mix me up your house oasis. Heavy on the ground cardamom. Appreciate it. Also, can you help change out the sign, my shop sign 1 minute? Of course I can. Thanks. Mr. Enos. Adele? What's the hurry? Look out. Look out! Before Enos can react, a giant force smacks straight into him. Sent airborne for an instant. He sees Siesta upside down, and paper scattering everywhere. What just... The little black sheep snatches a flyer in its mouth and resumes its straightaway gallop. Mr. Enos, I'm sorry. Huh? Several stare as Adele shrinks into the horizon, giving chase to a flyer blowing in the wind. Times really are a-changin'. Youngsters have such urgent schedules these days. Weird. What knocked me over just now? I've never seen anything as strange as this. Crash! The Eastman print shop signs falls down and lands right where Enos was still standing a moment ago. Where did it go? It's like hide and seek. Mr. Dolly, this isn't the time to play around. If we don't catch the little black sheep soon, more people are going to lose their things. No. They aren't going to lose anything. They're just borrowing it for a little fun. I'll give it all back. Actually, why do you never play with children your age? Are you going to keep yourself shut in a lab? Even on a summer like this? Mr. Dolly, I'm not a child anymore. And studying Mount Siesta is a very important job, which I shouldn't be distracted from. But right now, finding these little black sheep is more important, so we can stop them causing a ruckus. I know how lonely children work. I know how many love using "I'm busy with work" as an excuse. The shop looks empty, but the little black sheep just... Who are you? Excuse me, I lost my pet. It ran off. I think I saw it enter this coffee shop just now. Adele blabbers as she lifts her head and sees Mockingbird Cafe in pretty type across the shop door. This cafe went out of business a year ago. The door's always locked. But I definitely saw it wriggle inside just now, straight through. What kind of pet did you lose? A beck beast? No. Don't you associate my clones with those animals. Okay, a beck beast. Costa feels around this pocket and pulls out a key, which she inserts, twists, and with a few ancient sounding creaks, the door yawns open. It's dark inside. Auto blinds are down, repelling much of the sunlight from entering. The air stirs with dust and a yesteryear aroma of coffee. Is your beck beast in here? I don't think it is. I'm so sorry. Sorry to bother you. That's fine. I was just here to pick up a few things anyway. The property deed should be right. No, not there. Sir, are you the owner of this cafe? Not anymore, I won't be. The shop and all the shops on this street are due to be demolished soon. I'm so sorry. Don't be. The demolition isn't news to anyone here. Not in the cupboard either. Sir, what does it look like, the thing you're looking for? I can help you, maybe. It's a red binder. Ugh, it really is dark. Girl, are you sure you can see anything in here? What? The place closed ages ago. Might be tricky to get the lights on. It's fine if we can't find it. I'm not in that big of a rush. Carry on searching for your pet. I'll keep an eye out for you. Come on, girl. There's no clones of mine here. And no matter what you're looking for. And whatever you're looking for. Off to the next location. It's all pitch black. I can't see a thing. Nothing like when I went surfing in Siesta before. So what does it look like? It's a pink and white beck beast. Carrying a volcanic rock on it. The kind that whistles in the wind. That whistles in the wind? Is it named Whistling Rock? Yes, it is. How did you know? Costa continues rummaging. He pulls open a dust-caked cupboard, out of which falls a vintage guitar, smashing straight into his knee. Pling! Sir, are you alright? The sound of the guitar's impact rings in the air. A lingering acoustic hum, as if someone was playing on it. They sound just like that when blown across, those stones. Like you could perform music on them. Ugh, I'm getting sidetracked. The romance. Whistling rocks are like guitars? How'd I never think of that? Is your pet carrying one of these? It's an odd luxury, if I remember right. It's fairly uncommon. It took it all by itself. You're gonna humiliate me. Don't tell people my clones are kleptomaniacs. Okay, if I see it, I'll get in touch with you. How should I go about doing that? Oh, thank you. Please contact the Volcano Museum if you can. I'm one of the staff there. My name's Adele. With another mysterious bump, all the old odds and ends in the cupboard slumped into a landslide across the floor, burying the guitar beneath. Damn it. Sir, are you sure you don't need help? It seems like you're not in that good of a mood. A book falls in Adele's view. Under the light from outside, she parses its title clearly. The Atlas of Terra's Volcanoes. Are you interested in volcanology too? No, no. It's not as if I hate it. I mean, this isn't my book. Let's get outside for now. You work at the Volcano Museum. Do you know, Keller? I know Professor Keller. Are you friends? She used to be a regular here, I guess. One summer, she suddenly left Siesta, together with 2 Lithanians. I never got in touch with her after that. How's she been? She's doing alright at the museum, right? Right. Professor Keller's been occupied with survey prep for Mount Siesta, and the museum's still under improvement. She's very busy. She and you both work at the museum? Professor Keller is its curator. Curator? Now that's something. Well, if you can, please return this book to the curator for me. Where am I? Where am I? Find me if you can. Take the flowers in. Maybe behind them is where I am. The little black sheep frolics about before stopping by a street lamp. Bang! The little black sheep leaps into the air, and before Adele's eyes vanishes like a cloud blown away in the breeze. With a ring and a clatter, a pebble, 2 coins, A sheet of paper and a wallet all fall on the ground. Hide and seek. Mr. Dolly. Not me. But you didn't spend all today cooped up inside the museum. You went for a walk. You ate ice cream. You bought balloons. The sun's fine. And the people are wonderful. And you've made a new friend, haven't you? That's the stuff of life. What is the seed you're after? Is this rock a seed? You need to look slowly. Take your time. The sun tomorrow's just as fine. Where am I? Where am I? Find me if you can. Is it one of these coins? Or what's on this poster? Letter of intent for relocation? Is a coffee bean the seed, Mr. Dolly? Take the flowers in. Maybe behind them's where I am. Bang! Bro is a fucking menace.